Oh, I'm going to start again. Welcome, everyone. So glad you're all here to share this time together. This week we have Jennifer Hadley, who will lead us in meditation, and then we'll have 20 minutes of silence. After that, we'll open it up for comments and sharing, and we end at 10:45. Over to you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. I'm going to share a couple of Course Miracles quotes and then lead us into the meditation with a prayer. And so I have, I don't know, some of you might have my bookmarks. I made a bunch of bookmarks with Course Miracles quotes on them. And one of my favorites is from Jesus saying, "When I said, I am with you always, I meant it literally. I am not absent to anyone in any situation. Because I am always with you, you are the way, the truth, and the life." And I absolutely love that, reminding myself that Jesus is always with me, that the angels are always with me. And similarly, in the workbook lesson 183, there's a quote that is so helpful to us when we're feeling overrun by ego thoughts. So from lesson 183, God's name cannot be heard without a response, nor said without an echo in the mind that calls you to remember. Say God's name, and you invite the angels to surround the ground on which you stand and spread out their wings to keep you safe and shelter you from every worldly thought that would intrude upon your holiness. So let's take that into our hearts here with a prayer. I like to place my hand on my heart. And it's said that doing this for about 90 seconds, placing our hand on our heart, tuning inwards, taking some deep breaths, literally boosts our immune system 6 times. How wonderful. We're boosting our immune system by deepening our spiritual practice, connecting with Jesus, remembering that He is always with us. We're calling God's name, inviting the angels to surround us right here, right now, running interference with any ego thoughts. Taking a breath here, we're calling it a breath of gratitude. We're grateful and thankful that God is grateful and thankful to open our hearts and minds to the infinite intelligence, the divine wisdom that is the one mind that we share. We partner up with that higher Holy Spirit self, and we welcome clear insight, divine direction, and intuition. We're consciously coming together for this meditation to clarify the mind, to purify the mind, to clear out the cobwebs. We are grateful and thankful to let go of emotional and mental clutter that no longer serves our walk of love. We are grateful and thankful that this time is a time of refreshment, renewal, restoration, and we are calling for all manner of assistance from the visible and the invisible. We welcome the support. We're grateful we're not alone. So grateful to open ourselves to a healing at this time, miracles, awakening in our awareness. We share the benefits with all of our brothers and sisters because we're one with them. In gratitude, we rest in the love, in the light that we already are. We're already as holy can be. And in this, we dwell.
Open your eyes slowly and come back into the room. We have 20 minutes left for sharing your comments and questions. And if you'd like to speak, raise your hand, or you can use the reactions button at the bottom of the screen and I'll take you off of mute. And if you'd like to ask Jennifer a question or have a comment with confidentiality, put your message in the chat function at the bottom of the screen and I'll read it out. Jenny.
Yes, Jennifer, I just want to say thank you, really. I thought that was a lovely meditation. And for me in particular, I've just had a series of ego triggers, which I was really finding it very difficult to get over. And I loved your prayer, your introductory prayer. It really, really helped. So thank you very much indeed. That was lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That lesson 183 about calling God's name is so helpful.
Yes.
Because you really can feel the angels surround us and run interference with those ego thoughts. So just call God's name.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Maggie, would you like to share?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jennifer. I also just want to say thank you so much. I was feeling quite a lot of despair this morning. My ego's sort of come up really, I think in response to my so many, changes, and feeling like I've been doing really well for quite a few months. And then suddenly it's all turned upside down. So I spent the meditation feeling, just connecting with Jesus and saying the word God, and I just felt so much love and surrounded by Jesus and God. I mean, I felt like I was being kind of restored to that love and comfort, where it's just so incredible. But I'm so grateful. Thank you, Jennifer.
Oh, that's great, Maggie. That's the gift we can give to ourselves any minute. Just to stop and go within and reconnect. I call it partnering up. And it's very powerful. It's wonderful, very auspicious that where our gathering is happening right as the moon is going full and as the lunar eclipse is happening. I'm sure that all of that is stirring stuff up as it's meant to do. And the full moon in indigenous traditions is a time of harvesting and also of letting go of that which no longer serves. And when we can let go of that which no longer serves, we can then clearly harvest the wisdom from our experiences, harvest the learning from our experiences. So these things go together. So when stuff is up, I say it's up for healing. Let me be grateful for my healing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
John, would you like to share?
Yes, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Jennifer. That was beautiful. I love the remembering that Jesus is always with us and how literally that is. I mean, he really hammers it home, doesn't he, in that line, And it's made me reflect that I've increasingly been able to remember that even in physical things. So, for example, we have to carry water here that we collect from a well supply. The bottles are quite heavy. And when I'm climbing up these set of stairs to our apartment, I start off at the bottom and then I suddenly remember, ask Jesus to help me, ask Jesus to help. and I come up the stairs. I don't know why, it's easier, you know. And it's such a lovely remembrance. And the other thing I wanted to share was how powerful the lessons and all the practicing of the course is. We have a lady here, a lovely lady, she's a born-again Christian. And I was forever meeting her on the, you know, on the walk, you know, whatever, would meet up with her. And she'd keep, because she knows that we're Course in Miracles students, and she would keep telling us, you know, you're playing with the devil, you know, this is the devil's work, and you have to ditch that, and you don't know Jesus. And I would rail back, and I said, but I love Jesus, you know, I practice that. Jesus is my teacher, and blah blah. No, it's not your real teacher, you know, that's the devil masquerading as Jesus. And he used to bring up my ego, you know. And then I kept practicing, you know, forgiveness, doing the forgiveness process that I love most of all, constantly, incessantly, and finding love and compassion and all that stuff. And the amazing thing is, this wonderful has disappeared. I mean, it's really weird. It's really, really weird. I just never see her anymore. And it's just, it never ceases to amaze me. It's just beautiful remembering that it's only about this forgiveness and love and letting everything else go. So thank you so much. That was very peaceful.
Thank you, John. You know, I have a little thought for you. It was my intuition that maybe she's not well, and you might check in on her.
Yeah.
Good thought.
As a good Christian would do.
Yeah.
It just was an intuition.
Yeah. Thank you.
David, would you like to share?
Well, yeah. No, I didn't really want to share. I was just giving the thumbs up to John there. We're on lesson 126. All that I give is given to myself. We spend a week on each lesson, me and my partner, and I'm really getting into this. It's becoming clearer to me the lessons. The text, not so much, but the lessons. I'm understanding what's being said. I'm a fan of yours, Jennifer. I really love your writings, and I'm glad to be on this this meditation with you this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
Roanna, would you like to share?
Rona, yeah, thanks so much.
Rona, sorry.
That's all right. Hi, I'm Rona. I'm always here, but and I've been loving the meditations each week. I often don't. I'm self-conscious about being on YouTube, so I don't often share in this space. But I really, I felt moved to speak. Yeah, I really, I love this community. It's so great hearing you each week. And yeah, thank you so much. I love the meditation. I'm going on holiday tomorrow, which is great, but I find it often, before a holiday, I often get really agitated with all the amount of things there is to do, and it just really helped me to the meditation really helped me to just really slow down. And I resonated with what you shared around the full moon and the eclipse as well. Actually, it feels to me like I'm just noticing like my own stuff coming up and other people's too, and just remembering that to go extra slow when there's more stuff that's up is a really good reminder, because my ego tends to want to go faster when there's more things to deal with. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Rona.
Thanks.
That's a good reminder to me. One of the great things for me about having this pandemic is I didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I got to stay home, and I moved into a house last fall, so I've actually not been on the road this whole time, and it's just been a gift to me. But that whole thing of the whirlwind of preparing to go away, it's like you need a vacation after just preparing to go on vacation.
That's right. That's right. Thanks so much. Yeah, and I totally resonate. I know it's made me slow down a ton too. I love the orchid backdrop as well. It's great.
Well, thank you.
Amazing.
They love to be in this prayerful environment.
Thanks.
Who'd like to share?
Hi, it's Kirsty here. Sorry, I can't find the hands up function on my screen. Yes, thank you for that, Jennifer. It was lovely. I've got one question for you, which is a bit technical, I'm afraid, but I'm just wondering if you have any ideas. I find that when I meditate with others, like, for example, on a Wednesday, there's 30 of us meditating together. I find that when I do that,
Oh, we can't hear you. I think you hit the mute button. Or maybe she disconnected.
oh, sorry. Did you hear any of that, or was I on mute the whole time?
No, you were talking about.
Oh, I just suddenly hit the mute. Okay, sorry. Yeah, when I meditate with a group of people like today, I have a completely different sensation, which is almost like being lifted up, and it doesn't happen when I'm meditating on my own. It only really happens when I'm meditating with other people. I find myself almost being lifted up, like, or being something like that. And I was just wondering what's going on there. If you have any idea about why that would be, that it's more powerful in a group than just on your own, and do you need other people to meditate? I'm just wondering if you had any ideas about that.
Yeah, I think that's a really good question, Kirsty. So when we join together, we are the two or more gathered in the name and the nature of love, of the Christ presence. And so remember that the one issue we have in this world is separation. So when we're meditating together, we're consciously joining together at the level of the mind for our liberation from the ego. So that is the thing that makes it so powerful. Now, it's still valuable to meditate on our own. And I think it's really important to understand, what are we doing when we meditate? What is the purpose of it? Do we set an intention? Are we clear about that? Because in the course, in the text, one of the things that Jesus says to us is long periods of meditation are not necessary. We need do nothing. It's not necessary for us in order to awaken from the dream of separation. But what happens is, many people, when they go into meditation, they go in with this idea of, I am bad, I'm a sinner, I'm not good, and I'm not holy. So I'm trying to get more holy through meditating. And he says that is the slow drip method. That is not really going to be very helpful. He says, if your intention is to remember the truth, eventually you'll get there through that kind of meditation, but it's a long way around. And the thing for us to remember is that we don't have to get somewhere, we're already there. And the actual purpose of our spiritual practice is to let go of the idea that we're not already there. So rather than trying to get there through meditation, we're letting go of the idea that we're not already there. And the way I say it is, we're already as holy can be. So our meditation practices, whatever we're doing, special diets, whatever it is that we're doing, even studying the course, is not going to make us any more holy. It's just going to help us forget that we're not holy and remember that we are holy already. We cannot become more holy than we already are. We cannot become more perfect or more beautiful or anything. What we can do, though, is let go of all the blocks to love. So another one of my bookmarks here is the well-known quote: "Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you've built against it." So that's the idea as we go into meditation, to clear the mental and emotional clutter that we've valued, that the little treasures of thoughts like I'm not good enough, I'm especially bad in this particular way. And when we join together, one of the things I find is, for almost everybody, it's easier to see other people's perfection than our own. It's easier to see other people's beauty than our own. And so that's one of the beautiful things that happens when we join together. We can see our holiness in somebody else's eyes, or somebody else's face, or in somebody else's beingness. And it helps us remember our own.
Thank you for that, Jennifer.
Yeah, thank you for the question, Kirsty.
Anyone else would like to say something? Linda. Sorry, Linda. Take yourself off of mute. That's it.
Yes, thank you, Jennifer, for that lovely meditation. And for Kirsty, thank you for your question, Kirsty, because I was lifted totally and didn't want to come back from that meditation. I've got a lot of stuff going on in my life. I'm selling my house. I've got a buyer, and then the person that promised me their bungalow pulled out the day before. So I am having to really trust. And then last night I went on to some emails, and my cousin, he's an artist, and one of the pictures was a lot of stuff he'd put into I've forgotten the word, but had been damaged by rain, and he was burning them. And it said to change his perception of the past, and there is rebirth. He's coming into rebirth. And I also know that I am leaving the past behind and having new beginnings. So I emailed him back and said, this is just what I needed as a confirmation. And I'm getting these confirmations, and this meditation this morning totally just lifted me up. So thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. That's beautiful. New beginnings on the full moon, letting go of the past.
Okay, we've come to the top of the hour. Take yourself off of mute, show your appreciation to Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, everyone.
Jennifer, lovely. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thank you.